Welcome back, guys. Hey, stranger. How are you? Hey, good to see you. Glad to be here. Back on the YouTubes. Yep, been back actually. For everybody that has kind of sort of been getting the notifications, because that's a thing when you disappear for a year. YouTube doesn't always just hit you up, even though you might have the bell turned on. You might be missing the old John Maxwell videos. So here I am. Much more frequent than before. For those of you that don't know me, maybe this is the first time you've checked in. This is 1 year, small indie shop ownership. I made it a year, didn't shut down, opened up during COVID, killing it, having a good time. My name's John Maxwell. This is Maxwell's Motorcycles, and I have a new uniform shirt on, in case you didn't notice. I also managed to actually set a scene here with lights and things like a real YouTuber. Hope you guys like it. Let me know down below, because this is going to be pretty much a talking head video. I know you like the tech stuff, but quite frankly, I need to get this video out, because I'm also going to talk a little bit about an event. It's coming up next week, July 30th. So, boy, is first year not what I thought it would be. I thought we were going to have a ton of events. We managed to have like one meetup. The event wasn't even here. Met a bunch of people, about 30. I even filmed it. I made a video about it, never posted it, started editing it, wasn't feeling it. You might remember last summer, the Will Beekner ride. Good cause too. I didn't make it this year because it just didn't all work out for me. That's another story. But yeah, that was it. I had about 30 people roll in on bikes. It was good that I did it. I've been open for about a month when that happened. And I found out real quick what I could and couldn't do at this property. That's the whole first year. It's just been a big learning curve of what I can and can't do. I thought I was gonna post a bunch of videos. I have not. I really did think I'd have 5 or 6 bikes in here at a time. I thought it was gonna be really hard to convince people to leave the dealership and follow me here. I knew there was some, John Maxwell customers that would just be done with the service department at my old job, the local dealership. I did not take into account how many people hate the dealership. And I'm not talking about my local dealership. I'm talking about in general, the guys on the internet that are like, don't go to this dealership, go to the Indy shop. Those guys, they don't even know me. I know them now, but there were a fair amount of people that would come in and just be like, yeah, I'm so glad the area has an Indy shop now, because I don't go to the dealership. I always hunt out a small business because I'd rather spend my money there. Much respect. I'm a fan of that mentality now. So yeah, that was a base of customers that I didn't know I would have. More people did follow me over here than I would have guessed. I am very surprised at how many people don't know that there is an Indy shop in town now. I meet people constantly that are like, yeah, I just found out about you last week. Where, if you didn't know, I'm in Columbus, Georgia, right next to Fort Benning, the military base, infantry training base, huge, giant, makes the city of Columbus very big. So I consider Columbus to be a very big small town. It's I don't know, 250, pushing 300,000 people maybe, something. I don't know, I didn't read the last year's census, but you get the idea. Still very homey feeling in a lot of ways. So I feel like I should mention that's part of why I wanted to open my own place. A lot of people ask me why I opened. I could do a whole video about it, but the short of it is, this town, it's too big to only have a dealership. The other local indie guy closed shop a couple years ago, retired, didn't have the business. He just got older, didn't want to run a shop anymore, so he closed. Sold off all his inventory and some of his tools and kept some, and you get the idea. So yeah, we went a couple years with only one place to go for a Harley shop, and well, there's space in the market. I felt like I should take it, and I did. And it has gone how I wanted it to. It has not gone how I wanted it to. I mentioned the event. I'll go ahead and spill the beans on that. July 30th, a world record poker run, leaving from Central Florida area, south of Tampa. Headed 3,200 miles to Sturgis. That's a world record. It's not a direct shot. They do some loopy loops. You can find it. I'll link their website down below. Registration is closed. You're not going to be able to join it, but you might be interested in seeing what's going on. Well, a poker run, being a card pull, you need 5 of them. So they're going to pull a card before they leave. Bert's Black Widow Harley Davidson, and well, I'm about a day's trip away from there. So the night they pull a card in the morning, they're coming here, they're going to pull another card. There's 148 bikers registered. That means 148 people at least will be here, Maxwell's Motorcycles. And quite frankly, I'm a little nervous about it. That said, it'd be crazy to have all these people from out of town, from all over the country that went to Florida to make that trek of a ride to Sturgis to be a part of the world record. If they're all gonna come here, man, I'd sure like to see some locals, some people that are always here or have never been here before, and everywhere in between. I want them to come and check it out. We'll have food truck, beer vendor, open house tours. I think I'm gonna open the shop, pull the bikes out, I'll chill in here, and you'll be able to see the place, hang out, take pictures. I ordered some merchandise special for the event. So, or not like exclusive for the event, that's on the world record people. The Badgers, if you don't already follow them. But, I've got plenty of merchandise to sift through and, just kick it with people you may never see again, or maybe you'll make lifelong friends, who knows. I thought I'd do more of that, but the amount of planning that goes into them is more than I would have guessed. It doesn't just happen. Every time I post a picture how busy I am or a video or whatever, everybody's always like, well, you need help. Well, I've got a tech and a parts manager now, which was the plan all along. Those 2 positions I knew that I'd be able to house, like the money would work, I'd be able to pay payroll, the business is there for it, what have you. I did think that with those 2 positions filled, I'd have more time to do videos, and I'm getting there. Still a little busy because it's summertime, but I'm able to take appointments pretty quickly. I'm getting bikes out quickly, and that's important too. If you're building a business, you can't have the reputation that you take forever and things like that. So there's this weird trying to balance it all thing that I'm still kind of learning, but I purposely waited a year. I wanted to not have payroll. I wanted to build inventory because I started with nothing. You remember the first video. I had a fridge, and I literally, my first video, the place was totally empty. I had a fridge here, that was it. Okay, I had a few more things than that, but nothing like what it is now that I posted a few weeks ago. If you missed that video, you have a decent tour of it's like what Indy shops, what I can perform or something. I kind of walk you around the inventory and all that. Well, to think that a year ago, I ordered a tire machine and a balancer and a lift and some parts, but man, light years past that now. I thought I was going to do these monthly updates, kind of showing the progression, and it just fell off really quick. To me, it started feeling really redundant, but it's also really hard to edit videos. So I wish, even if I hadn't posted those, I would have that video and like the reminder of what, September of my first year felt like, where now we're in July of my second year. Matter of fact, I took parts. I just celebrated 1 year of having parts, because the first month I was here, I took work in, but you had to bring me parts. I didn't have my own. So I got that all set up, and that's really what set off being too busy to make videos. I did not take into account how hard inventory and all of that was gonna be, because I've never really done it. Like, I know parts well. I've never talked about it on the channel. I've never said this exactly, but I do a lot of product reviews, and not everybody likes that, to watch those videos, but that's like a huge part of my job, is knowing product and being able to, get the right thing for the right bike for the right person, because nobody leaves their bike stock and they want to do handlebars or lights or whatever the case. Well, it's my job as a tech, and especially now that I'm in charge of the parts, well, Tim is, but you get the idea. It's important to know what those products are, what the best one is, what fits that customer's needs, all of those things. So that's kind of why I do a lot of that on the channel, is because that's like 90% of my job. Fortunately, I don't only fix them. It's considerably more fun to make someone's bike their own better than Harley did. You know, because you just can't make a production motorcycle that fits every body type and riding style and all those things. So that's where product knowledge comes in. So it's important to have that, and I like talking about it because, like I said, that's the fun part. Fixing broken bikes, that's like calling somebody with bad news all the time. So it's a nice break. Like, hey man, I got your bike just the way you want it. And it was, you know, fun stuff, not, you know, your motor's broken. Yeah, I didn't really take that into account, how much the parts was gonna take up my time. So that was a learning curve. But it worked out like I wanted it to. There's a guy in charge of parts now, and there's a tech that is constantly working instead of, for that first year, I did miss out on a little bit where if someone came in, the phone rang, whatever, suddenly no money being made at all. There's no one turning wrenches, billing out hours. That means there's no money being produced inside this building, which is a scary thought as you know, butter somebody up on the telephone or whatever you're doing. Fix that, got employees, made a big difference. Feeling good about it. It happened a little bit later than I wish. I wish I'd hit like right at riding season start with some staff, but they're doing a good job. A lot of you have already talked to Tim on the phone, or Greg has fixed your bike or whatever. So it's shaping up pretty much like I thought it would. I wasn't prepared for the highs and lows. You know, in this first year, there's been a lot more stressful, nerve-wracking days than I would have expected. It was really exciting at first. That's kind of why the videos dropped off too. There's this period of being so overwhelmed that it was kind of hard to be super happy about what's going on, you know? It feels like this never-ending amount of work, and bikes were taking too long to get out, and some are still, but that's based on back-ordered parts, not my ability to finish them. Yeah. Been a hell of a first year. You know, I could talk about this for a really long time, and quite frankly, I don't really know what else to say. I really just wanted to tell you that there's an event, finally, after 1 year, a legitimate full-blown event happening July 30th, and I want you to come. If you have any other questions about, you know, what it's like opening the business or anything like that. I know a lot of you guys are MMI students or want to own your own business or whatever the case. If there's something that you want to know specifically, let me know down in the comments. You know, I might be able to get to the comment. It might be a video I make later. I got a couple of things jotted down for future videos that you guys asked about, specifically a compensator. I just need the bike that needs a compensator, and I'm gonna nail that one down for sure. That's a good video idea. So if you like this video, if you want to support first year business, give this video a big dirty thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That's how you see it. Tap that bell notification. If you ain't quite got your fix today, make sure to check this video out, maybe even this video, and I'll get you guys in the next one.